What is up, you guys? This is Music Lover 93.
And Michael DeSisto, Music Lover 93's boyfriend.
And this is Music Facts-O-Rama number 21. And yes, it has been a while since the last time we did our Music Facts video. We will get to it because it's already, it's March now and we haven't got to the January birthdays yet, but we will definitely do that very soon. We will definitely gonna finish the December birthdays first. And this time it'll be about the history of heavy metal music, Ozzy Osbourne.
The great Ozzy Osbourne.
Yes, I basically like a lot of his songs when he was with Black Sabbath, and some of them when he did solos. And there was definitely more history about it when we get to the facts about him. So, we will definitely begin with his early life. Fact number 1. John Michael Osbourne was born on December 3rd, 1948 in Birmingham, England, to a working class family. His mother, Lillian, was a non-observant Catholic who worked at a Lucas factory. His father, Jack Osbourne, worked night shifts as a toolmaker at the General Electric Company. Wow. Most of his parents were working during his early childhood, and even when he was that young. Osbourne began performing at a young age by acting in school plays and musicals. The school plays he participated were Gilbert and Sullivan's The Mikado and HMS Pinafore. Upon hearing the first single of the Beatles at age 14, he became a fan of the band and has credited their 1963 song, She Loves You, with inspiring him to become a musician. I wasn't surprised about that. Osbourne left school at the age of 15 and was employed as a construction site laborer, trainee plumber, apprentice toolmaker, car factory horn tuner, and slaughterhouse worker. He dabbed in crime as a youngster and was convicted of robbing a clothes shop, but was unable to pay the fine. His father refused to pay it in order to teach him a lesson, resulting in Osbourne spending 6 weeks in Winson Green prison. Yeah, that is definitely known for when he was like that young that he's gonna spend in jail. He done some troublesome things.
Yep, he sure did.
But yeah, I wasn't surprised that he is a Beatles fan at the young age, and that's how he became a musician. Alright. We'll get to the next one where the music career began.
Okay, here's number 2, folks. After his release from jail for petty crime, he joined a local band as the vocalist. The group eventually called itself Earth, but after being accidentally booked for a show instead of a different band with the same name, they decided to change the band's name again, settling on name Black Sabbath in August 1969. The band's name was inspired by the film of the same title. Black Sabbath noticed how people enjoyed being frightened during their appearances, which inspired their decision to play a heavy blues style of music laced with gloomy sounds and lyrics. Black Sabbath is the debut studio album released on February 1970. The album is widely regarded as the first true heavy metal album, and the opening track, Black Sabbath, has been referred to as the first doom metal song. While recording their first album, Butler read an occult book and woke up seeing a dark figure at the end of his bed. Butler told Osbourne about it, and together they wrote the lyrics to Black Sabbath, their first song in a darker vein. As frontman for this influential British band, Ozzy helped define early metal music.
That's where the history of heavy metal music has begun, since 1969, and that's where Black Sabbath was born.
Yep.
I forgot to mention about, during his teenage life that he's performing school plays and musicals. That is an interesting fact about him during his childhood before we get to like bands. Yes, Earth was the first local band before Black Sabbath was born. And yes, Black Sabbath is definitely also a title song from the same album as well.
Right.
And this is going to be more of that when we get to fact number 3. And you'll definitely hear about this guy, guys, and especially to those metalheads out there. So, fact number 3. In September 1970, the second studio album, Paranoid, was released. The album contains several of the band's signature songs, including Iron Man, War Pigs, and the title track. Those are definitely great songs from Black Sabbath, and it's definitely the well-known song, especially since Iron Man is definitely known that it's probably one of the easiest songs to be played on the guitar. Anyway, including Iron Man, War Pigs, and the title track, which was the band's only top 20 hit, reaching number 1 on the UK charts. Just 5 months after the release of Paranoid, the band released Master of Reality, which is August 1971 by Vertigo Records. The album reached the top 10 in both the United States and UK, and was certified gold in less than 2 months. It is regarded by some critics as the foundation of doom metal, stoner rock, and sludge metal. Guitarist Tony Iommi and bassist Geezer Butler down-tuned their instruments during the production, achieving what Iommi called a bigger, heavier sound. Speaking of Paranoid, that is something that you'll definitely hear that Michael is actually going to sing it towards the end of it shortly, because this is pretty much, I wanted to keep it short as I can because I don't want to make it too long just like the other ones. That's why we're going to change it up. It's been a while. This is something good for metal fans to hear. So, next.
Okay, here's fact number 4, folks. In 1979, Ozzy Osbourne officially left Black Sabbath, and he was fired from the band due to alcohol and drug problems. He then began a successful solo career with Blizzard of Oz in 1980, and has released 13 studio albums, the first 7 of which received multi-platinum certifications in the US. He has since reunited with Black Sabbath on several occasions. In late 1979, under the management of the Ardens, Osbourne formed the Blizzard of Oz, featuring drummer Lee Kerslake of Uriah Heep, bassist lyricist Bob Daisley of Rainbow and later Uriah Heep, keyboardist Don Airey of Rainbow and later Deep Purple, and guitarist Randy Rhoads of Quiet Riot. The record company would eventually title the group's debut album Blizzard of Oz, which was released in 1980. It became one of the best-selling albums of the decade on the strength of hit songs such as Crazy Train and Mr. Crowley.
Crazy Train, that was actually my favorite of his solo stuff. Yes, I know
solo.
Yes, I definitely know Deep Purple and Quiet Riot. Those are great bands.
Yeah.
Yeah, Deep Purple is definitely known like Smoke in the Water, and I also love Highway Star. Those are my 2 favorite Deep Purple songs.
Smoke on the Water is an amazing Deep Purple song.
That is one of... And I also like Highway Star. That is a really catchy one. And speaking of Quiet Riot, I definitely know the song Come On Feel the Noise. I'm sure you know this one, babe.
Come On Feel the Noise. Yeah, I've heard of that one too.
Yeah, it is definitely one of their most popular songs.
Mm-hmm.
I'll definitely have listen to that one because it is heard on the radio a lot when it comes to like 80s metal.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Crazy Train is definitely something I've heard it on the radio a lot. Plus, it'll be good for dances. Alright, fact number 5. Osbourne's second album, Diary of a Madman, featuring more songs co-written by the drummer Lee Kerslake. This album is known for the singles Over the Mountain and Flying High Again. And as Osbourne explains in his autobiography, is his personal favorite. On March 19th, 1982, the band was in Florida for its Diary of a Madman tour, and a week away from playing Madison Square Garden in New York City. Throughout the 1980s, listen to this, and this is where, it may be traumatized or something that be maybe disturbing what the viewers hear. Osbourne continued to cultivate the image of the troubled loner and angry rebel. Among his antics, he showered his audiences with raw meat and bit the head off a live bat on stage. Not everyone found his persona and dark music so appealing, and was frequently singled out by religious conservatives who hoped to demonstrate the negative impacts of rock music on society. This is where I was talking about where Ozzy Osbourne made the story. He bit off a bat's head.
Wow.
Poor bat. I feel sorry for the poor bat because they're one of my favorite animals. Why is he doing that?
Like, it's hard to imagine, but yeah, that should never have happened.
There's some crazy shit that he's done, when he's... Because I feel like it's real sick in the head when he's doing it, because biting off a live bat on stage, that is something that's what I was talking about, maybe disturbing to some people, because that is definitely well known for Ozzy that's known for. Okay.
Number 6. In 1982, Osbourne appeared as lead vocalist on the pop dance track Shake Your Head, Let's Go to Bed. Remixed and re-released in the early 1990s for Was hits album in Europe. It reached number 4 on the UK singles chart. In 1983, Jake E. Lee, formerly of Rat and Rough Cut, joined Osbourne to record Bark at the Moon. The album, co-written with Daisley, featured Aldridge and former Rainbow keyboard player Don Airey. The album contains the fan favorite Bark at the Moon. The music video for Bark at the Moon was partially filmed at the Holloway Sanatorium outside London, England. Within weeks, the album became certified gold. It has sold 3 million copies in the US. The fourth studio album, The Ultimate Sin, was released in 1986. It is the second and last of Osbourne's albums to feature lead guitarist Jake E. Lee, the first to feature drummer Randy Castillo, and the only album to feature bassist Phil Susan, who co-wrote the album's hit single Shot in the Dark. At the time of its release, The Ultimate Sin was Osbourne's highest charting studio album. The RIAA awarded the album platinum status on May 14, 1986, soon after its release. It was awarded double platinum status on October 26, 1994.
I think I've heard of Shot in the Dark before. I don't really listen to his later stuff. I mean, sometimes in the 80s, but yeah. Get to the next one. The next one is something that I would definitely gonna mention it when we get to fact number 7, because there's something I also love. That song as well. So, fact number 7. In 1988, Osbourne found Zakk Wylde, who was the most enduring replacement for Rhodes to date. Together, they recorded No Rest for the Wicked with Castillo on drums, Sinclair on keyboard, and Daisley co-writing lyrics and playing bass. The subsequent tour saw Osbourne reunited with erstwhile Black Sabbath bandmate Geezer Butler on bass. A live EP entitled Just Say Ozzy, featuring Geezer, was released 2 years later. In 1988, Osbourne performed on the rock ballad Close My Eyes Forever, a duet with Lita Ford, reaching number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100. In 1989, Osbourne performed at the Moscow Music Peace Festival, successful through the 1980s. Osbourne sustained commercial success into the 1990s, starting with 1991's No More Tears, featuring Mama I'm Coming Home. The album enjoyed much radio and MTV exposure. It also initiated a practice of bringing in outside composers to help pen Osbourne's solo material instead of relying on his recording ensemble. Yes, No More Tears is another favorite of his solos for me. No More Tears is definitely one of the greatest, along with Crazy Train. Those are my 2 favorite solo songs he's done. And I'm sure you enjoy that too, since I showed you that.
Yes, I do. Thank you for showing me that, by the way.
Oh, you're very welcome. we're close to being finished to that.
Yep. Here's number 8. Got a couple more to go. Number 8. Osbourne was awarded a Grammy Award for the track I Don't Want to Change the World from Live and Loud for Best Metal Performance of 1994. Wagner also mixed the live album Live and Loud, released on June 28, 1993. Osbourne's entire CD catalog was remastered and reissued in 1995. In 1995, Osbourne released Osmosis and returned to touring, dubbing his concert performances the Retirement Sucks Tour. The album reached number 4 on the US Billboard 200. The RIAA certified the album gold and platinum in that same year, and double platinum in April 1999. Down to Earth, Osbourne's first album of new studio material in 6 years, was released on October 16, 2001. A live album, Live at Budokan, Down to Earth, which achieved platinum status in 2003, featured the single Dreamer, a song which peaked at number 10 on Billboard's mainstream rock tracks. In June 2002, Osbourne was invited to participate in the Golden Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II, performing the Black Sabbath anthem Paranoid at the Party at the Palace concert in the grounds of Buckingham Palace. In 2003, Osbourne recruited former Metallica bassist Jason Newsted, though his time with Osbourne would be short.
Okay, so this is where where his later stuff in the 2000s, where he gonna do some concerts there, and it also including that the newer songs that he's done. Well, actually, most of them were kids at the time, but I know nowadays he couldn't sing anymore. All right, on to the mid 2000s, and this is where something that definitely known for knowing that his wife is Sharon Osbourne. That I definitely know that she used to be a judge on America's Got Talent, but that was like back in like 2000 and 2001 or whatever. Cause she's not there anymore. Anyway, so fact number 9. In 2005, Osbourne and his wife Sharon starred in an MTV competition reality show entitled Battle for Ozfest. A number of yet unsigned bands sent one member to compete in a challenge to win a spot on the 2005 Ozfest and a possible recording contract. I don't know about that because I don't really watch reality shows. Not really usually a fan of that.
Sure.
Yeah. Shortly after Ozfest 2005, Osbourne announced that he will no longer headline Ozfest, although he announced his retirement from Ozfest. Osbourne came back headlining the tour. Osbourne's next album, titled Black Rain, was released on May 2007. His first new studio album in almost 6 years. Wow. It featured a more serious tone than previous albums. I thought I'd never write again without any stimulation. But you know what? Instead of picking up the bottle, I just got honest and said, I don't want life to go to pieces. That's what he said. Osbourne stated to Billboard magazine, August 2009, BlizzCon with a new guitarist in his lineup. Gus G. Osbourne also provided his voice and likeness to the video game Brutal Legend character, the Guardian of Metal. Wow, that part I didn't know. It was in a video. It was into a video game to make it like a character like this. Something that got inspired to gamers, and it's also good for who are like Ozzy fans to liking this.
All right, we are down to our final fact. Fact number 10. Here we go. In 2010, Osbourne's 11th studio album, Scream, was released. The album was recorded at Osbourne's home studio, The Bunker, in Los Angeles, California, and produced by himself and Kevin Churko, who had previously worked on Black Rain in 2007. The album was considered commercially disappointing in comparison to Osbourne's earlier work, though it was a moderate success by reaching number 4 on the US Billboard 200 chart and number 12 on the UK Albums chart. In August 2015, Epic Records president Sylvia Rohn confirmed with Billboard that Osbourne was working on another studio album. In September 2019, Osbourne announced he had finished the album in 4 weeks following his collaboration with Post Malone. In April 2017, it was announced that guitarist Zakk Wylde would reunite with Osbourne for a summer tour to mark the 30th anniversary of their first collaboration on 1988's No Rest for the Wicked. The first show of the tour took place on July 14th at the Rock USA Festival in Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Yeah,
Nice.
This is definitely really good to know about this since some of them he just reunited with band members of Black Sabbath, and also but I didn't know he did a collaboration with Post Malone, even though I'm not really a huge fan of his music because it's mostly hip hop.
Right.
Because as you know, Michael and I never cared for hip hop music.
Yeah, we're not the biggest hip hop fans around here, but we have some of it. We like some of it, but not most of it.
Yeah, it's mostly like modern rap that it's just. I don't like it that had the N-word in it, but I do like the older rap. Some of them are actually a lot better than I expected, but
Same.
I'm not really big in that one. So, anyway, But yeah, there's really nothing much about him. That's why I don't want to make it too long. So there you go. Those are the facts about Ozzy Osbourne, and I mentioned it in the on fact number three about Paranoid. This is where Michael is gonna sing.
Yep, I'm gonna rock out to that song, folks.
All right.
I'm gonna rock out.
Yes, this is gonna be the first for Michael because he's gonna sing a metal song, an early heavy metal song to be exact. And this is definitely to all you metal fans out there, such as myself.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you guys enjoy this karaoke of Paranoid.
Yep,
All
enjoy
right.
everybody.
All right, baby, let's rock and a roll.
Yep, let's do it. Finished with my woman 'cause she couldn't help me with my mind. People think I'm insane because I am frowning all the time. All day long I think of things, but nothing seems to satisfy. Think I'll lose my mind if I don't find something to pacify. Can you help me occupy my brain? Whoa, yeah. Ah. I need someone to show me the things in life that I can't find. I can't see the things that make true happiness. I must be blind. Make a joke and I will sigh, and you will laugh and I will cry. Happiness I cannot feel, and love to me is so unreal. And so as you hear these words telling you now of my state, I tell you to enjoy life. I wish I could, but it's too late.
done, baby.
Thank you, baby. And I love singing that song. And another favorite song of mine that I like to sing at times is Iron Man.
I would definitely say your voice fits very well for heavy metal music.
Thank you so much.
You know, in the future, besides jazz and rock, I will definitely get Michael to sing more metal songs, and especially well-known metal bands too,
Oh, yeah.
like Guns N' Roses. Well, probably a combination of that one. But I know Michael could definitely like metal music too because, well, as you know, Michael knows I'm a metalhead.
Yep.
Maybe you could do some Metallica sometime, but I know it's not going to be a lot. But because I know James Hetfield is a baritone like you.
That's right.
Thank you guys for watching. This is Music Lover 93 signing out.
Yes, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.